So I can still, well, I can remember remembering, if that makes sense. I can't really feel it anymore, but it's like when it gets that cold, like your fingers like just ache.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Yep.
But yeah, I moved down to California for a reason, so I've become a warm weather wuss as well, where I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I'm
it's
originally
like, oh
from New
no, it's
Hampshire, so
40 degrees, it's cold.
yeah, we have like all the seasons. I'm in Massachusetts now,
Oh,
and
okay,
so we get like the full brunt
nice.
of every season.
Yeah, I figure I had enough snow to last my lifetime. So the
Oh
fact that
yeah.
I don't see snow anymore down here, I'm
What's really
down in LA
crazy is,
area.
yeah, we haven't had much snow around here either. Like these
Yeah.
past couple years alone, but it was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago we were getting hit by like massive snowstorms every weekend all winter. We had to have the National Guard come in and remove
Wow.
snow from the town. That's how bad it was. And now these past couple years it's been nothing. I haven't even I've had to use my snowblower like once, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was growing up, trick or treating on Halloween was always exciting because
You don't know if it's going to be
there
snowing
was
or
always
raining.
snow.
Yeah.
Snow always came and stuck during October.
Yep.
That was basically the month when it comes, and then it sticks, and it doesn't start break up, and the runoff and everything doesn't happen until usually May.
Mm-hmm.
Although that's changing now. So my dad still lives up there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we chat. So
Definitely.
yeah, it doesn't. They don't get the 40 cold snaps really anymore. This winter they actually had rain in Fairbanks like last month,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Like rain in March is like insane.
Hmm.
But yeah.
I don't have snow, only hot and
Do you have snow on the mountains around
low.
you at all?
No,
No.
only hot and rains for 2 minutes.
See, that's my kind of weather. I'll stay in the nice hot weather and sweat my ass off instead of freezing my ass off.
I wish,
Yeah.
uh, I wish the weather here are more like cold.
More cold, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, come up
life
here.
in
Come up here then. It's like 40 degrees outside.
sounds better for me because life in eternal summer is a nightmare
Mm-hmm. I bet.
sometimes.
Yeah, I bet it gets pretty hot.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one thing. Technically, if it's a cold, you can put on more layers. When it gets hot enough, you reach a limit. You can't take any more off.
Yeah.
And if it's humid,
Yep.
oh, that's the thing I was going to mention. It's particular to Fairbanks. Just a weird trivia thing, because it's in a deep valley,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, it's like I don't know, 350 miles from the coast, but it's like barely above sea level. And in the wintertime, it forms an inversion layer.
I'm back in a moment. I'm gonna do
Okay.
something I
Okay.
hear. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this about 5 minutes to start for people to
Okay.
show up here, and if nobody's there, then we'll start with just the two of you guys.
Okay. So it forms an inversion layer. I don't know if you're familiar with that from like lakes or other things, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's just a pocket of cold, and it just sticks there and it doesn't move in or out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, before they started they started electrifying all the parking lots and everything, because everyone's car can plug in to keep it warm. Like if you need to go to some place, then if you leave your car outside not turned on, then it just freezes and it won't start again. Like the oil will freeze and the thing or the
Wow.
battery won't work or whatever.
Yeah.
And so people would like go into places and just leave their car running.
Understandably so. They don't want to have to get jumped or something.
Well, no, I mean you can't even just jump it. Like if the oil pan freezes, then
Then you're really in trouble.
you're
Yeah.
getting towed, basically. Yeah. And so like most people's cars were modified so you could the ignition would be modified so you could have the car running and take the key out, and then you'd lock the car and just leave it running, which of course, all that stuff going into this inversion layer builds up, and in the winter, Fairbanks would be among the top 10 worst air polluted cities in the United States.
Just simply
Which you wouldn't
because of
think.
all the running cars.
Because they're running cars, a lot of
Yeah.
people use wood smoke or oil furnaces. I think they still have a coal power plant up there,
Oh wow.
one of the few. Yeah, and so all that stuff gets just dumped into this inversion layer and doesn't go anywhere. And it would get bad enough they would make the city buses free for people when the inversion, and they'd have like air quality warnings and stuff. So then on top of all of the, freezing cold weather, it's like you got to deal with like smog basically. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm sure that's not a thing that we're going to have to face, but
Yeah.
because the geography is not anywhere close to the same.
Right.
But yeah.
Everybody said that they were gonna be here. What the heck?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Mental said he's gonna be late. All right, that's fine. And what about Doc?
Doc might have overslept.
Yeah.
So.
She's like 12 hours ahead of
This-
me, so.
Yeah. And this has been, I don't know, this has just been the week. So I had a campaign with JJ. I don't know if you've talked to him or not. He's actually invited him to the server.
Yeah, I was actually looking at his game that he posted earlier. I'd like to play it, but unfortunately I'm working, so I can't really do it.
Yeah, same. So I'm in his campaign on Monday nights, and we had actually a similar issue because everyone had replied to the event thing in the Discord saying, "Yep," and then except one person said, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it," and then another person who, which I hope it's not real life issues because he lives in Serbia, just didn't show. So yeah, so then we were down 2 people. So yeah, we chatted and then canceled the session, and then the Wednesday that giant mecha robot thing, the Lancer.
Oh yeah.
With Zoro.
People.
Yeah. And that one ended up getting canceled, and yeah, there's sometimes it's like I feel like I'm in too many, and then like there's some weeks where like basically like everything gets canceled.
Yeah.
So and this has been one of those weeks. So I hope this one is. I hope that people show up.
Yeah.
Hope Doc is okay.
Well, yeah. Regardless, I think we're gonna play either way because
Cool.
you guys are already here. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I'd like to do the episode, honestly.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just pretty much get started once Ayla gets here. Let me stop my music. Don't need the music anymore. In Foundry, do you get the volume control for music environment and interface?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
User
not...
volume controls.
Okay.
And a separate one for the one that's currently playing.
Oh, for the Blizzard?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I just want to know if that was showing up for you guys. All right.
Welcome back, Chloe.
Yeah.
Yep. So Mental said he's going to be late, which is fine. I'm not sure where Doc's at right now. Probably overslept or something. So hopefully she'll be here soon.
How control the sound of Foundry?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
that's fine. We can get started without them for now. I can at least provide the recap, unless one of you guys wants to provide the recap this time.
Yeah, I think I need a recap.
All right, I can do it.
Sure.
So, right, so we started off with Ingrid's flashback where she was doing unsavory things for unknown reasons.
Mhm.
It was a bad time, and but the key thing was Dorothea and Ingrid had ended up, for unknown reasons, infecting her brother with a disease. So and that was the end of that flashback, and then we started doing the traveling. Ingrid was sick. Kai kind of took charge of making sure everyone was doing well. We saw a mermaid. We met the captain of the ship that was going to take us
Captain Herrick.
after we got to. Yes. And there was some sort of mysterious twinkling lights, and then Ingrid. And then we got snowed in when we almost got to where we were going. It was a mysterious storm that froze the ice early, and everyone was like, "This is strange." And then while Ingrid was trying to do some sort of investigation to see if she could figure out what's the cause, she came across Dorothea in the hold, who was apparently the ship's doctor, who she hadn't seen because she'd mostly been keeping to herself. So then we went out on the ice to trek to the town and on skis, provided by Captain. And then when we mostly got there, there was a guy who, I can't remember his name now.
Lieutenant Leiden. He
Yes,
was sent
said
by
that the
Herrick,
captain had
yeah.
been sent. It was sent by the captain, and then we were about to arrive at the actual town in the north of the Arctic Circle.
That's right. So right now, you guys are basically right on the outskirts of town, right there. So what I'll do, we'll kind of. Oh, who just joined?
Yay!
Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
Sorry, I'm late.
No problem.
I just done the recap.
Okay, cool.
No,
I
we're just-
apologize for being late.
That's fine.
Don't worry.
So, yeah, do you need a recap again there, Mental?
Nope, I'm pretty good.
Okay, cool. So we'll just pick up right back where we left off. So you guys were trekking through the blizzard that was surrounding the island, it seems. And you kind of made your way past into like the eye of the storm, where it calmed down a little bit. You can still definitely feel all the wind and the cold, and it's freezing, and it's dark. But you could hear yelling behind you, and you look behind you, and it is Mr. Leiden. Lieutenant, what was his name? Hang on a sec, I forget his first name. It is Lieutenant Harold Leiden. And he had mentioned that Captain Herrick had sent him, thinking that you guys could need all the help you could get.
Okay.
And that is where we're at. So you guys are standing on the path heading up to Sørland right now. What are you going to do?
We are in like uh uh the the part of
You're right
the boats enter.
The
Yes,
harbor is right here.
oh, we are not in the.
Yeah, this is you
Oh?
guys right here. This is the party location.
Okay.
And you're coming up.
Yeah, we have yet to approach the harbor, correct?
Right. So you'll come up here to let's see, up here, and loop around like that, and then you'll end up right in Sørland.
All right, that'll work.
Okay.
Yes. So the first thing Jace do when he fall off the boat, ship. I'm gonna say ship. I think. He falls and say, "Oh,
You guys weren't on
my
the boat though. You were on skis.
Yeah, we were not on the boat anymore, and we skied.
in a ski."
Yeah, you guys went the rest of the way because the boat got stuck in the ice, so you had to travel
Mhm.
across the ice on skis to the island.
Well, more fun, more fun. Jace have zero ideas of this, so uh, this is gonna be a fun travel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like how I use this, and he is like super easy for the travel and have zero idea what to do with the skis.
Yeah.
hmm
Amaneri just put a picture in the Discord chat of what skis are, the ones that are on the bottom of these people's feet.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a
Oh,
way,
Yep.
way of gliding through the snow without falling into it.
Yep.
Right.
oh,
It distributes your weight across. The skis are usually like 5-6 feet long,
I don't know.
and they strap to the bottom of
Aloy,
your feet.
Aloy, out of over above the table. Have you actually ever seen snow?
no,
Ah.
never.
Sorry, it was just a random
I
question.
don't recommend it.
Yeah.
It's cold. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Very cold.
Okay.
Okay, so Jace is like, okay, so I use this for move or
Well, I
Jace
mean,
is
you would have
like,
Yeah,
been
we
you would have
would have
been
shown
using it the
you
entire time.
how. Yeah, that's how we got from the ship across the ice to
Mhm.
the shore. And the point is because otherwise the snow isn't strong enough to hold your weight.
Yep.
And so if you try and walk on it normally, your foot will punch through the snow or the ice, and then you'll get stuck. And it takes a lot of energy to move forward. So the skis are usually they're also waxed on the bottom.
Yep.
There's a thick
So you
wax,
slide nice
and so
easy.
they spread out your weight, and so that you just kind of like sit on top of the ice,
Mhm.
and then you have those poles, and use the poles to help keep your balance and to somewhat push yourself forward. But mostly cross country skiing, there's a different way to do it, and so you just kind of glide across the ice, and yeah. So
That pretty much sums it
gravity,
up.
gravity and the weight of your body. Oh, okay, I understand.
right.
Yeah, this is all Jace are doing for the moment.
Okay. So just trying to figure out how to use the skis properly.
Yes.
Got it. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'm basically trying to teach him.
Okay.
Ingrid just kind of like nods to Avery and yeah. So
I think that Doc behind, Doc. Sorry, Avery behind you guys. I'd say that Milu's probably trailing alongside Doc. Maybe hopping.
we might have a
through
little
the snow.
sledge to pull.
Oh yeah,
that's
maybe
the
a
thing
little
too.
sled for
Yeah,
him.
we got
Who
a
knows?
little sled for him.
There you go.
Well, yeah, sledge, and he can be in there with some supplies that we'd probably
Yep.
want to carry.
Yep.
And then you
Like
can
our
pull it, and
luggage and
it'll
stuff,
be
yeah.
on skis too.
That's perfect.
Oh, the dog back.
So Doc or Avery, she'll be hanging out in the back with
Yeah.
Milu.
Yeah,
And,
Ingrid's just kind of like she's just huddled up in the cold, like she just nods to the lieutenant and is like just wants to get someplace inside and warm.
Yeah. And Lisa is tagging alongside you,
I mean,
Kai.
Amanda.
Amanda, sorry, not Lisa. I was looking at
Well.
different names. Amanda, she is tagging alongside you, Kai. She looks like she's done this before with the skiing. She's like a pro with it. She's just gliding along.
I also have, growing up in Norway and Sweden area, so in the mountains,
All right.
I'd be very familiar with it.
Perfect.
Ingrid is not particularly adept at it, but she's seen it and can kind of get along.
Yeah.
But
all right, so we'll say
she's no
everybody
pro.
has an okay time making their way up there then.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll say you guys reach right about there, and then I'm gonna change maps here.
Yeah.
And,
We are in
Ooh, Sørland.
now you
Sørland.
have
There's a
reached-
map for
Sørland.
Sørland.
Yep, there's another map.
Sørland.
Cool.
You guys are
How is spell it the name? Sorry.
right there. That's where you guys are.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So to your right is some, pretty hilly terrain. It's kind of blocking out most of the wind where you're at. To your left, you can see the harbor. Down at the harbor, you can see in the faint light from, what's left of it, you can see a series of boathouses down there and a couple of different ships that are sitting frozen in the water. Right now, it's pretty much nighttime for you guys, so you can still slightly see, but it's still pretty dim.
Sounds good.
Looks like just up the road from where you're looking right now, it looks like there's a larger building amongst the smaller little houses. However, the lights appear to be off.
Okay.
And further
I'm
up,
just gonna I'm gonna ensure that everybody I'm kind of behind everybody, so that way I can keep an eye out to make sure that they're getting the skiing down.
Okay. Very good. So
Jace,
you guys don't have to use skis now, I don't think.
Okay.
You're on land.
Well,
Or at
we
least
move
back
faster.
snow.
That's true too. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I mean, once we get into the somewhat traveled areas, the snow would be either packed or probably shoveled.
Well, see,
Actually, probably packed.
That's
People
Yeah.
walk
the
on it
thing,
and it
though.
packs down.
You don't see that. Everything looks.
There's no
snowed in.
snow.
Everything looks snowed in. I mean.
Okay.
Like there's no packed snow anywhere, from what you can tell. But then again, it is dark.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay, yeah, probably
Jace
get a torch out and at least to
Yeah.
make sure we're not.
Did you guys pack a torch?
I don't know. I would hope so,
excellent.
since
I don't think we did.
I didn't explicitly
It's-
think about it, but
Well, you
hopefully
Would it be in our
run into the
survival gear?
supplies,
I suppose.
or
Yeah.
ask the lieutenant and be like, "Do you think?"
let me check to
Did he
see
have
if
a
the
torch?
lieutenant had one. One sec. He did not have one. So it looks like you guys are making
Okay.
your way through the town here without any light temporarily until you can find a torch.
Okay, well, we'll just be guided by. Glad we made it at all. Then, glad we'll make it. Just if there's any lights in the town, we'll just go to one of those buildings.
Okay. So yeah, straight ahead again. That's a really large building amongst the smaller ones that look like little
Yep.
houses. To your right, further up the mountain range, you can see a silhouette of a larger building up there too. You can't really tell what it is though from where you're at.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Ingrid's not
think
gonna-
Jace is
Good.
sorry. I think Jace is full in white. Like he falls a lot of time with the skis, and he's like, we need to find a hot place like right now, or we're gonna die for the cold, and I don't wanna do this. And like in this way.
I'm gonna go, Aloy. We're almost there.
Jace.
Yeah.
Or Jace. Yes, we're almost there.
Yeah,
Everybody's.
don't be so dramatic. But Ingrid won't stand on ceremony, and if she'll go up, like if this place is a private house, she would go up and knock, and there's a light on, she would go up and knock on the door, just on the first one.
There's no lights anywhere. So
Oh,
you guys are moving up to this house right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody
Okay.
roll me an observation.
Okay. Observation. Oh, okay. Perception.
Very good.
You guys always
Whoa.
roll really well.
How did I roll?
Nice.
Every
Dang.
single. Okay.
I hope Sky
Dang,
rolls.
Ingrid got
Using
over
up all my luck.
50% or 50% right there.
That is crazy. You guys are killing
Yeah.
it already. Well then, anyways.
Oh wow! Don't worry, it'll come
Wow.
back to hide and find us at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, as you approach this house, the lights are off, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. And as you look up to the second floor of this house, you can see a curtain slightly open. But as soon as your eyes meet the curtain, quickly goes back to the way it was. Somebody's obviously there, and they're either afraid of you, or they're hiding, or something. You're not sure.
I'm gonna knock on the door and yell, "We come in peace. We're not here to harm anybody."
There's no answer.
And roll ad. We're looking for directions.
There's no answer.
Okay.
Jace have his weapon in the hand, like
Jace, put your knife down.
Okay.
It
We-
sounds like
we-
this.
who knows?
Whoever lives at this house probably is not wanting to talk to anybody.
Okay.
You're not exactly sure why.
On to the next one.
Yeah, let's go further
Wait,
into town then.
All right.
So the house is sorry. For the moment, I think the house is open and alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you approach into kind of what looks like maybe the center of town, you're not exactly sure. You're standing in front of that large building that I was mentioning earlier. The building's covered in snow and ice, really, really thick ice, and which seems very seasonably strange considering it's just barely winter. And you notice that all of the windows are boarded up. Inside, you can't see anything. They've apparently boarded it up very well. But then you hear a cough. And then you hear shh.
Okay. A gas sound?
You hear
I'm gonna-
somebody's coughing behind the door, and then somebody shushed them.
Is
I'm gonna
there,
say,
uh,
I'm just gonna knock gently, real quick. And
is
say,
there a
"We know."
path? Okay.
Sorry. I'm just gonna knock on the door, and then say, "We're here to solve the mystery of the weather. Would you please? We would like to speak to somebody, and maybe get against a warm fire."
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a manipulation. Just you, Kai.
Just a manipulation, huh?
By the
Okay.
way, Shadow. In this
Nice.
ghost
No,
town.
that was a success.
Yep. So as you're finished saying that, whatever you said seems to have coerced him. You hear the door unlock, and then you
Okay.
hear him run away.
I'm going to knock again and ask if I can enter.
You don't hear anything, but he unlocked the door, so I think it's safe for you to come in.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly open the door and just kind of like make sure that I'm not gonna be attacked by anything.
There is a campaign.
Let me bring it.
It's in your side.
Sheets out here. Hang on a sec.
Yeah. How is the word? Campaign. Oh, okay.
Alright.
I'm in your side, guy.
And I'm gonna
like.
open the rest of the door all the way open.
So you just click the. These are a double door. Yeah. So now you can just walk right through with your characters. And you have very minimal lighting in here because it's extremely dark. But
Okay.
one thing that you do notice when you walk in is the overwhelming smell of unwashed bodies.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm going
what?
to just kind of put a handkerchief up to my nose and mouth and cover it a little bit. But I'm not going
Um.
to say anything. I'm just going to respect the fact that it's possible that they might have been snowed in, so it's not really possible for them to wash their bodies that often.
Yeah. So
I don't know what is overwhelmed. So I
No.
don't know what to say right now.
you don't know what?
What is the thing? The smell. What thing is smell?
They smell really
Overwo-
bad. the people that are in here.
They haven't had a
very bad.
chance to wash themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well,
Yeah, so that's the first thing that hits your nostrils as you walk through the door, Kai. You don't see anybody at first. It's very dark. At the
Yep.
center of this room, though, there is one single lit lantern that's dimly lighting the area around it, which is giving you just enough of a glimpse of the fireplace to the left. And
Well, so would I be able to sense that there's people in front of it, given that I might not just be able to see the fireplace clearly?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
You see, I was getting there.
well,
You see
Oh, sorry.
You see 4 people huddled around the dying embers of a fireplace, and they're literally down to like their last pieces of paper that they're throwing into this fireplace. They're freezing to death. You can see people. Hello.
Hey, Doc.
I don't. No.
I'm gonna motion. I'm gonna look at Doc and see if they packed us any firewood in the in Milu's sled.
What do you think? Did you bring any wood there, Milu? In your little sled?
I don't know. Did you? This feels like, like Avery suddenly, like, changes souls all of a sudden.
For a
Like,
quick.
did the nice boy that stayed in my body before me did so?
I would say that it was given to us with our. I mean, as a thoughtful captain that we had, I figured he would have provided some sort of way to make a shelter, as well as a way to make a fire.
I would.
Yeah, I don't know.
agree
I don't know
with
if they would have been carrying firewood on a steamship, though.
Well, it would have been with us because they have to have firewood to make the steam,
No, it's usually
rather
coal,
than
I
just
think.
coal. Well, you can make charcoal with wood, and it actually burns longer than coal does.
Yeah. Well.
But that's just a.
Yeah, there might maybe some coal or some charcoal or something.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's fine. We'll say that you did have some.
Okay.
But before we proceed further, let's just provide
Yep.
a quick update for Avery here, who just
Yep.
switched bodies. Avery, you are in Sørland right now, and you're investigating what looks like an inn. However, it is incredibly dark because of the polar night that's happening outside. And not to mention that this inn has maybe 2 lanterns lighting the entire thing.
Yep.
And
Okay.
so you're just checking the town out.
and
right
smell
now.
bad.
And the smell is very bad, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask that Avery bring the coal from the charcoal from the wagon or the sled and give it to me, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know how people pack sleds. Doesn't it like
It would be-
really like?
In something that's it's packed pretty well, so you'd have to uncover the tarp
Yeah.
that's on top of it. And then you'd have to go to where we have it stored, which should be kept dry. So I've done this a little bit before, but anyways, I'm gonna go and have that be fetched, and then I'm gonna bring it to the inn and say, excuse me, I would like to put some more wood on your fire if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We're freezing. And
So I go in, I walk over and put the charcoal on the fire here.
Yep. All right. Let me just make this a little bit brighter for you guys now.
Okay.
There you go. So it's a little bit brighter.
Yes, he's in the
And
shadows.
Certainly
Mhm.
much warmer. And now that
Yes.
there's a firelight that's definitely casting a lot more light for you to see, you can't help but notice, Kai, that these 4 men are extremely gaunt and emaciated looking. They look like they have not eaten in weeks.
That was
They,
one of the things I wanted
Oh.
to ask.
yes.
Was first thing Ingrid smelled. She smells the unwashed bodies, but then she's gonna smell a little bit more to see if she can discern if people are actually sick or unhealthy.
Yes, they indeed are. Because
Okay, so
Well,
sensing that,
hence
she would
why I'm
immediately
still
start checking
wearing my
around
mask.
for
yeah,
people to see
Okay,
what
so-
condition they're in.
Ingrid, you're gonna
If they're
just check
willing
around
to.
the area just to see, or are you just gonna go straight to those 4 men?
Whoever she can see that seems to be sick, she will start immediately, going around and doing, basic triage first.
Yep.
See who is the most sick and
Yeah.
and
So
I'm
see
going
if
to-
there are any other people around.
go ahead, Kai.
Jace
I'm going to
is-
ask if there's anything that we can help with besides the fire to the 4 men.
They're not really like they're not in a mood to look for that kind of help. Like
Okay.
You can't help but notice that these guys look not only like sickly and malnourished and everything like that, but they look scared.
Okay.
Like they're
I'm going to
shaking because of the cold, obviously, but not
Yep.
just the cold.
introduce myself first before I and the rest of the team before I continue asking questions and just trying to gauge information.
Okay.
So I'm going to introduce myself as Kai. We're here to help. We see that you guys are kind of trapped in a snowstorm. This is Jace, Ingrid, and Avery, and his dog Milu. We're here to help. We were sent by the what was his name again?
Olaf Dahl.
Olaf.
Olaf. From
Let's save
the
you.
mainland.
He just nods his head and thanks, basically. He says, we've been starving. And then
Okay.
you just see that, like, the look of defeat and desperation in his voice and his face. And we didn't know if anyone would come for us. This was the only way. And
Okay.
he points behind you, Kai, to the other corner of the room.
So I'm gonna turn, sort of, I guess, to where he's pointing.
And right now it's pretty dark over there.
Okay.
So if you want to grab the lantern, you can do that, or you can.
Yep. I'm gonna walk over to the lantern
Ingrid will
and take it.
follow along.
Okay.
And Jace are
Let me
here.
just, Kai. Let me just give you a light here in a sec. Hang on.
Okay.
Let's see. Prototype light, and so we'll do. I think 2.
Jace is like doing
So we'll do 4. Nope, not 40.
music sounds.
There we go.
I don't know if you know the. And yes, I don't know what is the word of this.
Ring.
All right. So I'm gonna move over here
Yep.
to this gentleman.
And you see a man there. He's got no shirt on, which is wild right now, especially. But
Yeah.
the fact that that's there, but you also see him, he's currently eating. And sitting at his feet is a dismembered body.
Jesus. No. And
I'm gonna look at the rest of the team and say, if you do not want to see this, please close your eyes.
I saw something in that room over there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be there.
The man that is eating right now, he looks up at you in shame. And he said this was the only way. We were desperate.
I totally understand. We're here to help.
We only ate the ones that were already dead.
Okay. It's not anything to be
This is
ashamed of, I
like-
promise. Just as long as you're not going to eat me, I'm okay with it.
I told you we only ate the ones that were already dead.
Okay.
Let me fix your light, Kai. It's a little bit.
Jake is like, oh,
Do I have a light because my dog has a lantern or something?
I don't think Milu would have had a lantern with
No.
her.
I don't believe so.
Oh, so this is like the light that I'm seeing right now, that I'm having right now, is
Yep.
just purely from me.
That's just your
Yep.
own little global illumination setting.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
oh, for the drink you take in the ship to the thing you character drink in the ship maybe put you no.
Mhm.
I know.
The man that's eating, he looks up at you again, Kai and Ingrid. Or actually, Ingrid's not there anymore. Oh no, you are still there. You just moved. Okay. He looks up at you again, and he says, "It's the devil, you know. It calls for us with that terrible song." And you stop for a moment, and outside, almost like coming from every direction, you can hear like a slight singing,
Mhm.
and it's not
Oh,
in any particular language that you know of. It doesn't sound familiar. It's just but it's a very beautiful, enchanting voice. That's all you know.
oh.
And when they hear
Ah.
that, when those men hear that again, they cower in fear. And
Okay.
they liken this to a monster, basically.
Oh.
Ingrid will. She will rest one of her hands on the man's shoulder and say, "Please stop for now. We came on a ship with supplies. If you can hold out for a little longer."
The
There will
supplies
be
are
supplies
coming. Yep. Mhm.
I see Ingrid and Kai, and I hear the scene, and I like the a strange welcome from these people. Uh, not funny. Jace is like tense. Tense? Yeah, I don't know the word.
Tense, yep.
But yeah,
Understood. Yeah, this is a pretty tense situation.
I'm just gonna smile at Jace and say, Jace, would you be able to help maybe prepare some of the rations that we have?
uh, well, sorry, you can repeat again. But
Yeah, we'll say
Would
that
you be
this
able to
sled
help?
came with some food
Yeah.
on it,
Mhm.
too.
Yep.
yeah,
Prepare the food that we
Shadow,
brought with us.
Shadow, can you check the Discord for a second?
Mm-hmm. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, Doc has
Jace is
an extra
like
light source attached to the token.
Oh, for...
winter
Is
tree.
that on your... Is that on the dog, Milu? That's why. Alright, hang on. I didn't fix that one. One moment.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So Kai needs base magic. Well, magic.
No, I just want you to assist with preparing food with Ingrid, to help with the if Ingrid is able to help start preparing some actual meals for these people.
So what Ingrid's gonna
Okay.
do?
Oh,
She's gonna try and escort this guy here over to the other group,
Mhm.
and then
to
she's
the
going
kitchen.
to examine them each
Yep.
to check their current status of like how bad of malnutrition they're suffering from, and essentially diagnose a treatment of how much food they can actually eat so they don't overeat, and
Yep.
will
Hmm. Okay. Roll me
gauge like
medicine
kind of
check,
thing.
then.
Okay. So
Why
this
I
will
can't
probably be-
roll to what I need roll for food? You know, cook. cooking.
You don't need to worry about the rolling for that one there, Aloy.
Oh, okay, nice. Jake is like, I can see something. Is if something suspicious in this room?
Which room? You're gonna look in
Uh,
this room, or are you gonna look in the other rooms?
I'm gonna look at
wait,
this room over here.
wait,
Um,
what other room? Oh,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna ask everybody else that's over by the fire as well. So I followed everybody over to here, and I'm just gonna ask everybody that's there if there's anybody else here with us.
glad you asked that. One of the men, they bring up a story about how several weeks. Well, first of all, he mentions to you that they're one of the original rescue crews that were sent to Sørland.
Mm.
And not only that, but they were apparently attacked by villagers, and one of them happens to be in the back room.
Okay.
And he says they were calling us intruders and said that we must die. We managed to capture one of them. He's mostly rambling. We can't make any sense of it. He's in there, and he points to the back corner over where Avery's standing.
I'm gonna be like, Avery, do not open that door.
Why? There's a light coming from. Okay, is the door closed?
It's supposed to be, but I opened it already, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can see there's light coming from
From
the
the-
door over
yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Under the door.
Jace is on like close to Avery and says, "No, we can open this door. A secret."
Are you gonna go in there?
Mm,
Uh,
I'll just knock nicely,
Yeah.
hello.
You don't hear anybody say anything back.
Okay.
The man has been disarmed, so he is not in a violent state, at least not that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
for something, Jace is prepared to not to fight or run if
Mhm.
this person is
I will
okay.
try
Ready?
and I will try and go around from the outside and try to peek at the room must have a window, right?
It does, but it's all boarded up.
I see.
Yeah, that was
Keeps
one
the
of the
cold air
things.
from coming in. It's a survival tactic. A lot of Yeah.
Well, it's sounding like maybe that might not be the only reason why they boarded up the windows.
Oh, that no, 100%. I agree with you there. I was just trying to say that it's potentially because of yeah.
No problem.
I think I'll just wait for reinforcement. I'm not that
Well, you got Jace
confident
next to you.
on.
Yeah, I am. Hi.
Just try to fill the door, try to fill the door so there's no space for them to go out if they will ever go out.
Oh, so in
Just
case they try to
guard the
escape.
door.
Yep.
Just say you open the door. What is the worst thing can happen?
Jace, I said not to open the door.
Them running out.
So Jace, you are opening the door?
Well, Avery is close to is with me, right?
Yeah, but is Avery gonna just let it happen, or is she gonna prevent you from opening the door?
I'll just I'll let Milu guard one side of the door and me on the other side.
Okay, so you're just gonna wait for Jace to open it then.
Yeah, I just want to open it, but I don't want me to open it. So I can blame someone else.
Understood. All right. So Jace, are you gonna open the door then?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door. I put in front of the door, and I'm gonna say, "You wanna see how I open this door without my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I kick the door.
You can, you can go ahead and walk inside. So right now, it's very dark in here as well. You see the one lantern in the back corner of the room that's kind of lighting up a kind of partially made bed. Sitting in the middle of the floor, though, you see an old man, and he's got white hair from what you can tell. He's got a very long white beard as well. Similar to everybody else in this building, he's very gaunt and emaciated, very malnourished. Looks like he hasn't eaten in several weeks. He glances up at you, Jace, and he gives you a big toothless smile.
Oh,
And
okay.
you're not sure what he's doing, but as he's smiling at you, all he does is he just says, "She's a god, you know, the Lady of the Cold. Without her, everything breaks, you see." And then his smile gets much larger. "The boy was not pure of heart. We did the ritual as we always do, but the boy was not pure. That is the only
going to
explanation. She
so-
can see through that."
As he is speaking,
Sorry.
I'm going to cross the room and close
Jace
the door
found
in
the-
front of Jace.
Yeah, Jake is gonna see this man with the what are you talking? A face is like a.
Yeah.
I said-
okay.
And then I walk over.
Jace,
So I close the door, and I look at Jace and said, "Jace, did you not hear me?"
maybe I don't hear you.
I said
But
not
the
to open the
curious-
door.
The curiosity not kill the cat, but the cat is killed for the curiosity.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Every
Nice.
but I know my cat. Thanks for what.
So, all right, Kai, you close the door with Jace outside of the room, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah, please. It's gonna be fun if I.
Yeah.
Thanks of God, I did not enter too close to the room because it's gonna be fun and be
Yeah,
close with this
he's,
strange man.
That old man was pretty creepy. Like, he just seemed very off, definitely. And
I mean,
rambling.
yeah, he's not doing anything though. Like, have
But-
you ever poked a bear with a stick before? That is a really bad analogy, but it works.
I agree
I
there.
see
However,
Avery and say, if this man close with all of the other people, use the tap. Use the tap. This guy is in this sense. Talk of God of something. I don't know, but
we
whatever.
talked
We
about a
need to
ritual.
call.
Did he mention a ritual? Is that what I thought I overheard?
Let me paste what he says. Hang on, because I have it written down.
Okay.
Jay tried to explain like a god of children is not the chosen. But no, maybe the hunger put crazy.
1 sec. Almost done.
Jay is like super disturbed, like too much information for one mind, and it's like go super out of the room, the door, like nope.
There you go. I just put it in the chat.
Oh,
Mm,
are we too old? Oh,
Okay.
Oh, bad problems.
So the man
the
mentioned...
boy was not pure of heart. Who boy? Me boy? Who boy?
I say this to Kay, more explain like yes,
Oh, we did the ritual as we always do, but the boy was not pure. That is the only explanation. She couldn't see through that. Oh, yes, she can. The boy was not pure? What do you mean? Did he not wipe his ass properly?
I don't think that's the
Maybe he's
case,
not the
but
chosen one.
I'm gonna turn back to I'm gonna turn away from the so I'm gonna basically the door's been shut.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk back this direction. Just kind of the middle of the room.
They
Jace,
do
come on with me, please.
okay.
Get away from the door, Jace.
They do his strange things to the clothes never be open because he's scared. The old man is scared the guy who have a strange powers. So he's like, nope, not my thing.
That's
I
funny.
think I'm gonna make Milu like go towards the people, like provide whatever warmth that he can. Like
Oh,
Milu is
nice.
not a Saint Bernard as it is, but whatever warmth.
Yeah, so we'll say that Milu probably crawls into like maybe one of the laps of one of the guys and just
Yeah, and
kind of curls
I'm gonna
up.
say make sure they don't eat him.
Yeah.
yeah,
Keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't get eaten.
yeah.
I mean, you guys have given them food at this point, I mean, or at least Jace
Yes.
prepared it, right? So
Correct.
They
Avery
say
would like
in.
to pace around the room, like just because he can't stay still.
yeah.
Mhm.
Jace, for the sake of the story,
They
what did you
say-
make them for food?
Okay, I am. What things in this place in this setting is like
You'll
we
probably
have
get
figured
things. You'll probably get things like crackers and pickled herring and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they do something like this, but super good, super food
Healthy.
nice. Sorry, I don't have the word. But yeah, he
That's fine.
who yeah, and say in my old days because after be a man, a maid, a waiter.
Mhm.
Waiter, no, I'm a magic man. Sorry, sorry. D&D two things.
Did you pack any
I
sweet
am the
fish?
Say that
yeah,
again.
I cook and I pass to the people, give her food and say, I am a part of me a chef, a
Oh,
good one.
nice.
And
They're very grateful. One of the men says, "We haven't eaten in weeks. Thank you so much."
Did you pack any sweet
welcome.
fish?
Say that again, there, Avery.
Did you pack any Swedish fish?
Swedish fish. I don't think those were a thing.
Mm, they weren't.
Yeah. Yet.
Those are good candy, though. I agree.
They're very good.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
I still had my question I was trying to ask, which
Oh, I
was
apologize.
for my medicine check. I wasn't sure if I should use my
Oh.
doctor's kit or not.
Yes, you can use your doctor's kit. Sorry,
Okay.
a lot of stuff happening all at once.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So you pull out your medical kit, and you go through the various tests, like checking pulses, and I don't know what they would
Blood
use
pressure.
for blood pressure, things like that. From what you can tell, they seem okay. They're just extremely malnourished, and not like, well, they're pretty close to being like, hospitalized. So you caught them just in time, from what you can tell.
Okay. She would prescribe things like just like a thin broth at first, just to
Mhm.
get some nutrients back, and slowly with the more solid foods, give them time to build up.
Okay, awesome. They will nod in thanks to you as well, Ingrid. You guys all did a great job helping them out. I'm surprised. Except for that crazy old man in the corner. We can leave him alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is there
JC.
another? Do I have another patient?
No.
You have
We're good.
just the 5 that are in front of the fire right there, and the old man out back, and that's it.
Oh, there's somebody else.
No.
The old
Maybe
old-
as Avery runs around, whenever he laps over Kai, he would like, pinch his side or something.
Ow.
no,
What's she'll turn back to the others and say, "There's another in the back room."
just
There is,
just the
but-
old man.
No.
He's
JC.
not to be messed with right now. He's kind of in a little loopiness of his
He sounds
Uh,
especially in need. Then tell
yeah,
me about.
I-
Oh, she
You may have
she
missed this
gestures to the 5
conversation
men.
because you were busy tending to the men over at the fire.
Yeah. No, she turns to the
Yeah,
5 men
nope.
and says, "Tell me about this person."
Well, we were attacked a couple weeks ago, and we caught this man. He's been rambling about some god or goddess or something, and he has not stopped talking about it. But he's speaking in delusions. None of it makes sense.
He talked about a ritual and not chosen one boy. I don't know. This man is crazy.
Well, Ingrid
They
doesn't
look
know
at
that.
the
She wasn't
door.
over there when you guys had the initial conversation with him. So
Yeah,
Right,
she had
right.
her ears plugged with the stethoscope, listening to heartbeats, and
So
she will turn to Kai then, who seems to be very adamant against this, or have a grudge almost against this guy now or something. And she says, "This is another survivor, instigator, but
I believe he
possibly
was the one
somebody in need.
that attacked these men.
Well, perhaps he is sick. Maybe he has meningitis, or
I'm going to explain that I think he was under the same or the delusion that they that he. I basically explained the conversation that occurred between Jace and the gentleman.
I would say,
And basically say,
when one of my buddies got their hands on the shrooms,
well, I imagine you can probably restrain this person, and I could check and see what his what his condition is."
I'm gonna look at the gentleman that we assisted and ask if he's been restrained at all.
he says no, that they've basically just been keeping the door locked with him in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The man,
They say-
however, has not tried to break out.
I mean,
Okay.
does ready action exist in this game?
Kind of. Yeah, we can say that you did that. Are you just preparing for something in particular?
Yeah, if he does any funny business, I would just, go bang. Like, no, not exactly bang. Like, what do I have again? A bat or something? I have a crowbar, but I don't remember anything else.
Let me see.
A knife or a dagger.
Yeah, you got a knife or a dagger. Which one is it? I can change it so it's one or the other.
Wait. I have a walking stick and a crowbar. Like, can I use one of them as a improvise it as a bat or something?
Yeah, we could do that. You would have to use it with the force though. Force move.
Yeah.
Not the force from Star Wars, but force with your character.
Jace,
You're playing
Jace
mind
put-
games.
Jace put close to Ingrid and say, I locked the door because this man is dangerous and scare me, and scare me is hard. And Jace is like, this guy is really, really crazy.
Well-
Maybe he is good be alone.
No. If he presents a danger to himself or others, then all the more need that they should investigate and, if necessary, restrain him for his own good or those of the men here. Also, we're here to investigate what's going on, and perhaps he knows more. But first, I should make sure that he might be as malnourished as the men here and in need of sustenance.
Okay.
Ingrid is
He's been locked in
to
his
the
room.
door, right?
She will take her bag and wait by the door. Kai, your help would be appreciated.
I'm gonna just look at Ingrid and just roll my eyes and then walk over there with her, like
This
my
is
arms
like,
crossed and
no.
just being like, bye.
Strapping young lads like you, I'm sure the three of you can take one
I'm gonna
crazy old
grab-
strange old man.
I'm gonna grab one of the restraints from our bags and just bring it with me.
I
Okay.
see Avery and say, the stick for if this guy put crazy, and well, I say, oh,
And I
well,
enter the room.
I'm gonna say I unlock
And
the door, and yeah, we can enter and say,
Yep.
yeah.
So the man is
I'm gonna
still
walk-
sitting there right in the center of the room. He's
Okay.
kind of huddled down on the ground there, sitting kind of like knees to chest, and he's rocking back and forth, and he's whispering to himself.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
walk into the room.
I'm gonna have my ready action on.
I'm gonna make sure you have your. I'm gonna make sure Avery has his bat ready.
Yep.
And I'm gonna walk over and take the arms of the gentleman and just like tie them together so he cannot get free.
Okay.
Jace,
And I'm gonna inform the gentleman that it is for our safety and yours. If you hurt us, we may have no other choice.
Okay.
You are now detained.
One moment before he's detained, I need to roll to see something here.
This guy isn't armed, right? Does he have a?
No, he's
No.
not. However,
It's just-
he does not let you restrain him. He does, in fact, actually stand up and attack you, Kai.
Hopefully.
I can't.
So
uh,
roll,
Do I take a swing?
roll me a force, please, Kai.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Can I roll the force because I have my ready action?
Yeah, you're gonna try and
Hey,
yep,
I'm close.
go right ahead.
I can roll force 2 to. I am close to the.
Yeah,
the
anybody
farmer.
who wants to try and get the man off, then go ahead and roll force.
No, I'm gonna say Jace to Jace the K to Kai to the to be heated.
Avery.
The let go.
Dice just sitting on the corner there.
Force
that was
master.
weird. All right, Avery. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he's
were
with
able to pull the man off of Kai.
I swing my crowbar at him like bang. Let's go.
I think that you swinging the crowbar definitely set him straight, and at that point he's kind of weak. Where did you hit him, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe at the kneecaps.
Okay. All right.
Jace
so
falls because he don't have the strength to this and stuff.
that's fine. Yeah. So Jace, you're gonna fall with the farmer because the farmer just got kneecapped by a crowbar. And
This is like I capture him with my body.
Yep. So we'll say you quickly restrain him after the fact.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please put him on the bed over there. And
So
yeah, maybe to restrain him. He seems to be in trouble, and she will start. Now, it's like we're here to help.
this is for help you and say. Jace
Tell me,
is like, sorry.
Can you tell me how you are doing, sir? What is your name?
She's
She'll start.
a god, the Lady of the Cold.
Most interesting. Yeah. Please tell me more.
The Lady of the Cold. Yes. There's only one explanation for her. The boy was not pure. And then he keeps chuckling to himself after that. He basically just keeps repeating or kind of going along the same lines, saying that over and over.
Jace
This-
is like, Jay say, please, we could put something in his mouth. Say the same thing 3 times. Yeah, it's strange and creepy.
Ingrid, from a medical standpoint, the man, again, is very much like the other guys that you came across. Very skinny, looks like very malnourished, but medically speaking, you don't see anything other than malnourishment. Mentally speaking, obviously, he is not all there.
Right. Okay. No signs of infection or
No.
injury or anything like that.
Not that you can tell, other than the kneecapping that he just got from Avery's crowbar.
Okay. He's going to need some food as well to pull through. You mentioned a boy. Is he sick as well? Where can I find him?
The boy.
Where is the boy?
Ah, yes, the boy. He was not pure of heart. We did the ritual as we always do, but he was not pure.
I'm just gonna look at Ingrid and say he's gonna continue. I don't see any reason to continue asking the questions. We're not gonna get any other answers from him.
I can restrict him.
Well, he's already restrained.
Yeah, he's
Aloy.
restrained on the bed. But you want to put something in his mouth? You didn't want him to talk, right?
Ah, right.
Yeah, we'll say you found like a dirty rag on the floor or something like that, and you just kind of cram it in his mouth there, Chase.
Okay, yeah, I put something. Sorry, you can repeat. Thing. I have a strange sound. I hear a bit, and I don't know. Computer magic happens. Yeah.
Okay.
You can repeat what? Yeah. So.
But
Okay.
if you are all still perturbed by this person, could one of you bring me some broth? I will feed him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically look at Jace and say, "Go get the broth, please."
Okay, Jay. So he put something in his mouth to try to this guy stop to say the same again and again.
Yep.
Yeah, he not the first time is creepy, but this is the 4th time he say the same thing, and he's like, "Oh Jesus, please!" And he I wish say he feast in the face to knock out, but no, this is not gonna happen. So
You know, this is like the most fired up I've seen Aloy in this game. With this
Right.
particular situation.
yeah, I can knock out him like
Yeah.
okay, because I think it's the best thing. He stopped to say the same thing again and again, and we evit this guy do something crazy. So I say, see him and say, good night, and I need to roll something because be honest, I need to roll something to knock out this.
If you go to attack him, Ingrid will try and stop you.
I'm gonna look at Ingrid and just say, Ingrid, I understand where Aloy is coming with this. Yes, I understand he is sick. However, what we're trying to do here is for the betterment of us, and that in case he does attack us again, he just tried to attack me first off. I understand that he is sick. It is the 4th time he has repeated this information, which we already knew. If he asks it again, there is no other person. They sacrifice somebody, is basically what I'm trying to explain to Ingrid.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So
I'm not trying to get like upset with her. I'm just trying to inform her. Yes, we know he is sick, but there is something that we have to investigate as well. There's not going to be any other information.
Yes, but I don't want you to kill him. He's still
We
a
won't
human being.
kill him. That is not what we are trying to do. We are
You
just
wanna
trying
see-
to restrain him even further.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, we'll just
going to sleep.
cripple him
A
a
hard
bit.
sleep.
A little
In
cripple,
his
not
condition,
gonna hurt,
such
you
a strong
know?
blow could be fatal.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would
so
know
He is
this
restrained.
definitely because your doctor background. You would definitely know that given his current circumstances, he's in a very weakened state, and he could very well die.
Which I totally
Yeah.
understand at the same time. So I'm just going to
Like,
look
with
at
this
Jace and say,
doctor.
keep whatever it is in his mouth. He'll be fine. Go get the food.
Who's feeding him
Yeah,
anyway?
he's-
It's not going to be Jace, obviously.
No, it
she,
is.
It's going to be Ingrid. Ingrid volunteered,
Okay.
and she's
I mean,
basically
if you
sitting beside him and
If you
sort
want to
of like,
focus on the farmer, I can go pick up the food for you.
yes, please. And whoever wants to bring it, I don't mind. Not a lot, just enough to, you know,
Yeah, something light. Yeah, like like mashed up crackers or something.
a cup of the broth, maybe. Yeah, maybe a part of a cracker. She's sitting by this person's bed, but sitting beside him on the bed, and she's like holding his hand and like kind of just like soothingly stroking it, being like, it'll be okay, we will sort this out.
Ever the doctor, Ingrid here. No matter what, it's funny because, well, not funny. It's really cool how you play your character. Like just, no matter who the person is, whether they've tried to do you harm or not, you're always just doing the doctor thing, always trying to help somebody.
Yeah, well, she also has her big pile of baggage of guilt, so.
Gotta make it up somehow, yeah. But it's cool, so nice
sorry.
job.
Sorry, a tiny thing. Sorry,
No problem.
I'm a bit old in this part because I don't know why my computer starts with you talk. It starts sound like
Do you want to restart your
sound
computer
like
real quick?
electricity.
Yeah, go ahead and
No,
research.
no, it's just strange. I fixed this later, but I put my headphones. I don't know what. Yeah, and stop this. So yeah,
Well,
I'm
if you need
here.
to reboot, then just let us know and we'll take a $5 or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't worry. A strange pizza, but yeah.
So,
Okay, so
Avery,
Dave
you're
can-
going to go get the food, correct? You're going to get some broth. with,
Yeah, I already went and got it. Like I brought the dog back with me again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect.
I can look at him.
Jace,
And-
if this man's words bother you, you don't have to stay here. Perhaps you could check on the well-being of the other 5 who were eating a man.
Yeah.
Make
Jace,
sure that
he-
maybe do something with the body to make sure that it doesn't start to decompose. Maybe put it in the ice outside until we can deliver.
This is like a bit paranoid. This guy say something like a winter something, and he's like, I don't gonna put this place. This is like, but this is go back and but says the man, and he's like, see you.
Okay,
See you. Don't do nothing weird.
no problem. All right, so Ingrid, you have the broth in your hand now, and maybe a couple of crackers.
Right.
or
And if
something.
he's restrained, then and she'll ask Avery for some help
Yeah,
to,
got to remove the
hold-
cloth from his
remove
mouth
the gag,
anyway,
and
yeah.
we'll say
Mm-hmm.
you should take some food.
He opens.
You
his
won't be able
mouth,
to help.
but
You won't be able
he-
to help anyone if you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just opens his mouth. He doesn't say anything though.
Okay.
Oh,
She'll
fine,
take
huh?
just little spoonfuls and just kind of feed him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try.
Jace in the
Yeah.
other room. In the other room,
Yeah.
say finally.
Hang on, one at a time.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, that. So we'll just be feeding him slowly, in case, and if nothing else happens, then that's what Ingrid will be doing. And if Avery wants to help,
Okay.
then he
Yeah,
can,
I'll,
and
I'll
then
say
Kai
I'm
can.
sorry for attacking you earlier, but you're attacking my friend, so like it's self-defense. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He's just kind of in a, I guess, a state of, he's in his head right now.
Yeah, Ingrid will say to Avery that he probably can't really quite understand you at this point, but hopefully we
Yeah.
will determine what is going on here.
I mean,
He might be
you're a medical
under the
doctor.
influence of a assassin.
You don't know. Or he could just be a complete fanatic, or something else.
It's unclear.
Jace, I gonna put my. I have the dead body, and it's like I gonna go out. What happens? Ignore the part of the cold
You're
and the
gonna go
winter.
outside.
Yeah, put the body.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't wander off by yourself. That's definitely not a good idea, especially in an unknown territory like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, for a moment I go. Yeah, not to split
Just,
the party. Okay.
just for perspective here, remember that you just wandered into a town that's completely blacked out. Everything's boarded up. There are people hiding who are terrified of something, and you have a fanatic talking about a god, the Lady of the Cold. So,
And then 5 people were eating a corpse.
and people were
another
eating
person.
a corpse because they were starving to death.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not so happy-go-lucky.
yeah, it's not a good place, so you definitely do not want to wander off by yourself.
Okay. Isn't the most strange thing I am the place I am? But yeah,
I know that you're probably in a weird state, Jace, because you don't like that man. He was making you feel very uncomfortable and very terrified. So maybe you wanted to walk away and take a break for a moment.
yeah. Jace is like, okay, maybe call feel my mind, and I do this. Uh, okay. Yeah, I gonna.
Jace.
I wait. K. I wait. K.
Oh wait.
He waits for
Guys,
me.
sorry.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I am
All right.
waiting.
All right. So technically, you guys have kind of uncovered everything that you can learn in this area for now.
Okay.
So if you'd like to continue role playing here, that's fine. Otherwise, we can head outside. Up to you.
I am.
Those.
I am fine. Ingrid will finish feeding the man, and then she will find a cleaner cloth and carefully making sure that he won't choke or anything, gag him, so that or make sure he doesn't bite his own tongue, and
just as safe as
and
possible.
then something reasonably sanitary and safe, and then she will go out and close and lock the door once everyone is out, and then we'll meet up with the others who presumably were moving the body out into the cold so that it wouldn't decompose or present a overly
Disease?
tempting thing for people who are already having troubles.
Yeah, because
and then we'll head out into the cold with the others.
Right now, in that corner where that man was eating, there were 2 separate bodies there, all of which were dismembered. So you can only assume that they were the other survivors that did not make it from the original rescue mission to Sørland. And one of the men that you did speak to had mentioned that they were those men, but he didn't mention whether or not those people that they were eating were part of that group or not. But he did confirm that they were people that were already dead.
Do the rest of you want Ingrid to try and double check that part of the story?
Sure, why not?
No.
Just to see,
No.
see if they have like head wounds, like maybe like somebody's their head with. I mean, if you want to know whether.
I mean, if you can figure out anything from what's left of them, like it would be good info anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. I'm just not really.
Don't need
Not
the
a
description.
detailed exam or an autopsy, just a quick
Okay.
once over to check, see
Yeah.
if there's obvious wounds.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
something that would have
I'll
killed them.
accept that.
Do
Yeah,
you
that-
walk it with
Upon a closer examination, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary aside from the fact that they've been dismembered. Like, they're slightly frozen right now. You can actually see the frost kind of crystallizing off of the hair and stuff like that.
Gotcha. There's no obvious like big head wounds or
No, there's no like damage other than where the original cuts were made to do their thing.
the state of their bodies is consistent with the people's tale.
On a side note from me to you guys as the players, if that becomes an uncomfortable subject, I do not want to make anybody uncomfortable, so I will omit that information.
No, it's not that. It's more of a. I'm just.
don't worry. Don't worry, I'm good.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was crossing a line, because if I
No,
please
no.
let me know.
So it's fun because in theory, I have the fierce body, and it's like I walk to all the room with this body. Like we gonna put this out or what? My hands is not good with this.
Understood.
One quick question.
Sure.
Where was our erstwhile lieutenant with us on this? Just curious.
Oh, I didn't bring him out. Yeah, we'll say he was probably just kind of waiting by the door. I forgot to
make guard.
My mistake.
No worries.
Right there.
I kind of realized that. Oh yeah, he was kind of around.
I didn't bring
somewhere,
out
so-
Amanda
Sure.
either.
Oh
That
yeah.
is true.
I'm not used to bringing out all these NPCs. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
1 sec.
No worries.
And Amanda is standing right next to you, Ingrid. Amanda, in this particular situation, is looking very uncomfortable, mind you. This is not something she was expecting to see when she came to Sørland. When she became a member of the society, she was under the assumption she would be seeing some weird stuff, but definitely not cannibalism.
Yeah, you probably all noticed that Ingrid seems even
I'm gonna try
perhaps
to
more
learn.
unaffected by the dead and dismembered bodies
Mhm.
than you might expect.
That would probably
She just
bring up-
kind of looks
yeah,
at it and she's just like,
bringing up some old
You're
memories
just like-
of the war.
yeah, but it's like she's just kind of been there. She looks a little, maybe just a little extra grim, but
Yep.
like
Hmm.
she doesn't. Yeah, that's it.
Jace see the dead body and this. He go to eat something. He don't know, but he feel strange and he go out and put some of the food he cooked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. My Avery's general reaction towards all of this will be like, like he used to stay in like hobo camps and something like that. Like he's used to seeing people like this, but it's just like, there's a little bit tang of sad there. Like,
Yeah.
but oh well,
Yeah.
Wait, just to clarify, there's two categories here, right? There's the dismembered bodies, and then there's the people that are emaciated. The emaciated people I would get from hobo
Yeah.
camps, but the dismembered bodies,
Hopefully that's
the
not
dismembered
something you
bodies
came
like
across
is
all the
something
time.
else. Like maybe you'd find one in like those sketchy butcher places that doesn't tell you where their meats are from, but
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's nothing like that in Uppsala.
Oh,
Hopefully
you
not.
never know.
But
Ingrid
We
will
don't have a whole lot of those here in the States, at least from my understanding. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Ingrid will offer that if any of you are particularly squeamish around bodies, we very possibly will be finding more. So I can.
Oh, yeah, it's perfectly okay. It's not
Yeah,
like it's a just kind of a surprise right away, you know.
It's an uncomfortable situation for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and it's affecting everybody differently.
Understandable, but I've seen more than my share, so I can take
Oi.
it. If any of you
Jace.
are have a problem, I am happy to go in first to make sure that you can be spared the worst. I'm sure we could find far worse. And there may be here, so
Yeah.
something dark in this town.
So much creepy things for a day. Jace is gonna. I see the body. I can do my things to the body not be visible, or I don't know. It's gonna really. We're gonna go. Oh, okay. Just take the body and go out with uh, dismember body. Okay, it's gonna be. It's great. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
So
we'll
we are
say,
back to the call.
yeah. All right. So we'll say
Okay.
that Ingrid is moving the bodies out, along with whoever's
Yeah,
helping.
she'll help and see if we can find like a shovel or something and just dig out enough snow to at least.
Yeah.
Don't need to be very deep or anything because it's not permanent,
That's-
just enough to cover them and make sure that they can freeze until they can be disposed of eventually.
Yep. That
properly.
works.
Mm-hmm.
And at least the men inside now have some food, so that's good. I assume you guys save some for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me. So you guys are all done in here then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me bring you back out into Sørland. There we go. All right. Right now, it is still pitch black outside. It's very clearly nighttime. You don't even see where the sun was at all anymore at this point. You do still
wait.
have that lantern, though.
Ah, good.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, we forgot this.
To your south was the boathouse that you saw on the way in. Those looked pretty interesting. Or up near the mountain, you remember you had spotted something that looked like a pretty large building. You're not sure what it was when you were coming in from the south.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still, as you're walking outside, you can still can't shake the feeling that you're being watched constantly.
Okay. Is there
Jace is more paranoid.
is there a investigation to see if there's a way that we can look and see if there's a way we're being watched? I don't know if that's a way to like ask the question, but
Yeah, I mean, you could just roll vigilance probably,
okay.
and
Okay, but I can roll vigilance.
I will.
vigilance,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Man, you guys are
Okay.
like, not failing any rolls tonight. This is crazy.
I failed
That's
one.
terrible.
That's true.
Let me be
I failed
clear.
one.
Sorry, there was maybe one or two. Okay, but that was it. Which you guys are all been rolling really well.
Yeah.
Two fails. Nice.
Yeah. So Kai, you are definitely being watched from a couple of different houses. A couple different windows seem like they have the curtain pulled back and they're glancing out the window at you. But as soon as you meet their gaze, they immediately hide. So the town is on edge over something, from what you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I have something that I would like Ingrid to do because
Okay,
if when I have a moment.
sure.
You had
Jace.
said that we had
Hang on, Jace. Go ahead, Ingrid.
you had said that we had heard some sort of singing, I think.
Yes.
Ingrid is going to kind of close her eyes and say, just a moment. She'll stop let the otherwise the stillness, just the sound of the blowing wind and the rustling of the snow crystals scraping across the crust of snow.
So
And
just-
she's going to open up her senses to try and hear focus on the song and see if she can sense anything about it. So the idea is that, so I took the Sixth Sense talent a while back, and she's trying to see if she can deduce anything about what she's feeling about this song that's being carried along on the wind.
I like that. So yeah, you tune in to everything around you, just listening to the way the wind carries the snow over the dunes of packed in snow. And you do hear the sound of what sounds like singing, and it's very ethereal in nature, and it sounds beautiful though. It's almost enchanting, like a siren call or something like that. And it doesn't sound like it's coming from any particular direction. It almost sounds like it's coming on the wind, like it's just being carried by that all around you. Almost as if the sound is the cold. It is the wind.
That's definitely not creepy.
There is a presence here. I think it might be the storm.
Jace, you
Yes.
being a magician and having some background in magical type stuff, you can't help but shake the feeling that there's something going on here. You're not sure if
Yes.
this is like an inner voice of yours talking, or maybe just like a past experience you've had, but this seems magical in nature.
Ooh, my thing. Yeah. So Jace is gonna sit down in the snow. Yes, in the snow, and he put his hat. Well, he put his hat and put a meditation and start to concentrate. Use his extra particular abilities.
Okay. So you're just trying to get
Okay,
a
I
feel of what
need-
it is?
Yeah, I wanna feel what is the place this thing comes.
Yeah, you can't tell what it is or where it's coming from. It just feels like it's all around you right now. So whatever it is, it hasn't revealed itself yet.
Yeah, I need to roll something like to know, to have more information.
Yep.
Something.
Well, what are you looking for? You can't just roll and get whatever. You got to tell me what you're looking for.
Well, this is creepy. I need to know what is the start of this. If I can feel something like this isn't normal. I need to know the origin of this thing.
Well, perhaps if you guys keep on investigating, you'll find out.
Nice try, Jace. Nice try.
So perhaps we should
So what are
If
find.
he's not going to
wherever
give us
this-
any information, it's okay.
Yeah. Perhaps we should look for a place where they might have held this ritual.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I can feel what in what place this happened. This guy not say in what place do this.
You want to
This is a question.
kind of find out where this ritual happened?
Yeah, like feel the energy or something like this. Already, I try to explain myself, but
Yeah.
the words dancing.
I don't know if I'll allow that. I don't think that a magical divining rod is really a thing in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say there is this. Let me just post it in the thing.
Yeah,
That's the talent that I took.
I will take that.
Oh, nice.
But her initial sense is that this temple-looking thing, which is that you had kind of described, I think, but it's not a Christian temple, I presume.
No, you're not sure
Maybe a
yet.
little more pagan.
Yeah, it's way up there on the mountain. It looks like it's quite a hike, honestly. But it's very large, and
Yeah.
judging by the silhouette from what you can see, it's definitely not Christian.
Yeah. So she's just going to say, I'd like to get closer to that, and perhaps we'll get a better sense
Okay.
of
Jace,
if we think we can make it. I don't know that there's going to be anybody else that's willing to help us here, given the reception that the previous rescue team did.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah,
the
it's just-
captain will be, even if the ship can't be freed, then they will haul some more of the supplies along
Right.
via
We
sleds
can
on their
only
own.
hope.
All is to clean.
Failing that, we may need to try and get back to the ship
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
to resupply.
eventually. So,
Yeah, Jace is,
go ahead,
Jace
Jace.
is like, all this place is creepy.
Yeah, it definitely has a very creepy vibe going here. It's eerily quiet aside from the wind blowing around you. Like, you don't hear anything else. It's just wind. You're pretty sure that if the wind stopped blowing right now, the only thing you'd hear was your heartbeat. Just, it's like telling you, like, your mind is telling you right now that this is definitely something magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I think head up to the
I-
temple.
Yeah, to the temple.
Yep.
I follow.
Okay. Yeah, so you
Doc, do you agree? Hello?
You guys,
Hello?
she's asking if you want to knock on any doors.
Sure. Like, do we like split task? Like, which
No,
door
no,
we
no,
should
no.
knock?
No. I was just asking if you agree that if we wanted to just go to the temple, or do you want to try and do something else on the way, or?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, I was spacing out.
Yeah,
fine.
no problem. I know that this is a boring lull moment. Sorry.
No. Oh, I'm
I
still
get
like,
it. I suck.
like collecting
I'm
the
just kidding.
soul inside my body.
Yeah,
I just
I get
woke
it.
up.
I understand. I'm that way too when I
I'm
just wake
sorry.
up. It's fine. I'm only joking with you. I promise.
Yeah. I mean, Ingrid would, I think along the others, keep an eye out for anything that
Yeah.
looks like it would be worth checking out along the way. But given the reception so far and how fearful everyone is,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
You're getting like the vibes that they're terrified, definitely, and you're not sure if like they're just wary of outsiders too. I mean, you don't know, but they don't want anything to do with you. That's all you know. You do try knocking on a few of the doors, and you're met with the same response that you did get the first time around. People ignoring you completely. And these houses are also very much boarded up as well. So there's clearly something going on.
Oh, who's missing the warm welcome that we got at Falloon?
It was a much nicer area there, because at least you had Dagny, giving kisses and stuff.
Yeah. And room service, yeah, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Right.
is yeah.
What I lose? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what I lose my I'm back. As
Mhm.
my headphones are connected to my phone, and I don't know
Okay.
what. Oh, yeah.
Didn't
I
even know
lose?
you left.
We got a couple minutes, so shall we head
Yeah.
on to the temple?
Yep. Let me walk you guys up there. So the rest of the trek is pretty smooth, actually, with your skis. The nice fluffy snow is letting you glide through pretty easily. And then you reach the crossroads here. To your left, there's really not much of anything. A couple of houses that just trail off further into the island. To your right, though, standing on the very top of this hill, that is a massive. Look, it's almost like a Viking longhouse, but it appears religious in nature.
Mm-hmm.
On the outside of this building, as you approach closer and closer, you see a lot of strange symbols that you've never seen before, that are like engraved into the top of the doorway of this temple. And
I'm gonna look at Amanda as well and just say, make sure you're writing these symbols down as best you can.
Of course, and she's like furiously writing in her notebook right now. This is what the temple looks like right here. Hang on a sec. There you go.
Bad and
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
So it's like built right into the back of the mountain. So you're not sure exactly how long this building is. Nothing else really of note on the outside. So as you approach on the inside, are you guys just walking right in, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna cautiously approach the building.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ingrid isn't gonna go in quite yet.
I'm gonna
And
bring
she
you
would like
guys
to,
here.
just to the outside and kind of look over the iconography and just feel like if there's, yeah, she's just looking it over and seeing what
Can you
comes
guys
to
all see
mind.
the map here?
I can.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just making sure. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, sounds good. What
Lovely.
is anybody else doing?
Although I went AFK for a minute, so
Yep.
talk.
Doc, are you doing anything? Avery, sorry.
I think are we like roaming?
Yeah, you guys
Are we sticking
still...
together or are
Yeah,
we splitting up?
We are sticking together.
Yeah, you're
always.
on the
Okay.
outside of the longhouse right now.
Yeah.
As you guys, yeah, we'll say that on the inside you can probably free roam, but on the outside definitely not.
Uh-huh.
So right now
Okay,
you're on the
so-
outside of the building.
Okay, so are we gonna circle around the building to see if we can get inside? Like,
Well, I would say yes. We probably should like go to the chambers to be able to enter the doors to be able to enter the building.
uh-huh.
So I'm gonna cross
Yeah,
the
I'll go with
bridge.
you guys.
Okay.
Are any of you familiar with any of this iconography?
Um,
think so.
I've read about it. I've never actually done any like. I've never actually had enough time to do enough research.
What are you talking about exactly?
Which of us? Me or?
Both of you.
So Ingrid's asking about like, because you mentioned that there were symbols carved on the thing.
Yes.
And
oh,
so
you
she's
just said a
asking
word
if-
I hadn't recognized. Sorry, it was.
Oh, the
something-
iconography. That's
Yeah,
what. That's
okay.
what I meant by the various symbols and the meanings associated with them and things like
Mhm.
that.
Mm.
So
Okay.
what do they represent? You know, it seems like it's probably not. It's this is clearly a Christian religion, but there's many different types of non-Christian, aka
Yeah.
pagan religions, and
So
what's
the
this-
symbols themselves look very generic in nature, to be honest. Why don't you go ahead and everybody who'd like to roll me an investigation, or hang on, just oh, that works too. That's fine. Okay. All right. So, my goodness, you guys
Sweet.
are killing it tonight.
All right, and I can spend my one extra to learn. Let's see if a Vassin has been in the area, and gain a vague impression of what kind it is, and find out if magic has been used.
Okay.
Yay!
Um,
I'll link the talent again just in case if you wanted to see
Yeah,
it.
we'll do that part last. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So the symbol itself is basically like I don't know if you guys are familiar with a barn star. It just looks like a star that's been carved into the wood above the door.
Okay.
But with your close investigations, you notice that there's a small inscription underneath. It's written in Old Norse, but Kai, given that you are very familiar with these things, having written about it, the translation says, "To cold we celebrate," or sorry, "The cold we celebrate."
Okay. I read this back to everybody.
Avery would like shiver and then like, what's there to celebrate about the cold?
Well, you're not sure. It sounds like, people were performing some sort of a ritual,
Yeah.
and you don't know why.
I suppose let's enter the building.
Okay.
Is it this? Oh my god, I can't speak. If
Hi.
this place might be the place that they held the ritual that the farmer mentioned, do you think that they left the sacrifice in there, so we can, check what's made them
mean,
not pure or anything like
It's
that?
very possible. But I guess we can't really find out from standing out here.
Oh, let's go. Let's
that's
go
true.
inside.
Alright,
Does
so
what
Ingrid
happens?
get a sense of any magic having been used?
you do, as a matter of fact. As you get
Lovely.
closer and closer into the outer chamber here, which is where you come in,
This
Um,
is like a church. Sorry, Shell.
it's like a temple. Yeah, I guess kind of like a church. You could liken it to that, but not like a Christian church or a Catholic church or something. This is something much older.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, yeah,
No
I have
problem.
a context.
Um,
Yeah, I can know something if I feel
Yep,
anything strange.
we'll do that after Ingrid.
Okay.
Ingrid, as I was saying, as you enter into the outer chamber, to the left you see a throne, but it's not just any throne. You know what a throne looks like. It's basically a chair. This is for something clearly much, much, much larger, because this throne is massive. Indicating...
I'm gonna walk in behind Ingrid.
And hang on, I'll bring you guys, can actually, drag in your characters now. Hang on a sec. Let me know if you... Oh, wow, that's really big. Hang on. You know what? We'll just say that you move together for now, just because I won't want to waste the next 5 minutes doing this.
Yes, the throne and say, small. This is strange. The worst. Yeah, like okay, I'm gonna say, okay, this is a big throne for, who is it? This is both more strange.
Mm-hmm.
If the old man have reason, we are in problems, friends. This is like paranoid, super paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, so this throne is massive, Ingrid. with your sixth sense ability, that definitely kind of gives you a hint at what you might be dealing with. However, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to let you try and figure it out. But you're getting a vague sense of what it might be.
Yeah, Ingrid, as they kind of approach, she like puts a hand up to her head, kind of like, and then in a strange voice, it's like, the throne, there's something.
Everybody roll me another investigation, please.
Okay.
My goodness,
Oh.
guys.
Wait.
Oh, nice! Woo! What's this? Expressing ability. I don't have expertise.
Yeah, so Avery, you must be probably just kind of paying more attention to Milu at this point. Maybe Milu's found something to gnaw on, maybe a stick or something. The rest of you notice past the throne on the walls, there's a lot of drawings there. And they all depict the same thing. And one image shows a bridge. One side, it's basically symbols of the cold. And on the right side, it shows the village. Kind of symbolizing like how they have like a relationship, I would say. Like they
Can I walk over because of my previous ability to read the symbols? Do you want me to roll an investigation check to see if we can't, or a learning check of sorts?
Yeah, go ahead and roll learning.
And Jay see this and say, okay, this has sense, but no, this not have sense.
All right, Kai,
Very nice.
you're when you look at these drawings, you notice one that stands out in particular, and it is a figure that's standing amongst much, much, much smaller figures. And this figure is wearing a flowing dress, and the hair is like silver and almost ethereal looking, like if you can picture it in your mind. And the face is beautiful, and it's towering over these people.
Okay.
And with your successful learning roll there, you can tell that they are depicting a giant. And as you discover this giant on the wall, outside, you can all start to hear the singing voice again. Except it's much louder this time. And then, following
not from
that
inside the temple.
Not from inside, no, from outside. From the inside, you guys hear this. It's coming from outside. And the singing stops for a moment, and then you start to hear thunder. Except at first it sounds like thunder, but then it very quickly changes to something that is not. It sounds like footsteps.
Oh.
Much.
And can I say, as a since we're talking about cold giants of sorts, can I mention that this might be something from Norse mythology of like frost giants?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to the team and I'm just gonna basically look at everybody and say, I think their ritual that they were talking about earlier had to deal with a frost giant.
Jace hear this and say, "Thank God, it's a god." isn't a god, right? We are in problems.
Maybe.
Right? JC guy and say, we are in problems. Big
Yeah.
problem, right?
Well, you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know. It's coming closer. You can hear it. So, how you handle the next part is up to you. But we're gonna do that next episode.
These are
Oh,
all
gosh.
pillars, right?
What?
These are all pillars, the black boxes.
Yes.
Can I don't know, like I would like to like hide behind one of those, like however
Sure.
futile that will be.
Yeah. I mean, there's no like active threat inside there with you right now. Like you don't have
Okay.
to hide just
No,
yet.
I'm just unsettled by the
got
Avery
it.
would be like unsettled by like maybe he remembers the time like he used to like steal stuff from the citizens of Uppsala, and he feels like he's gonna get caught doing something that
Yeah.
he's not supposed to.
So your natural reaction is to hide, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I better hide.
Yeah.
Yep. Understood.
So
That makes sense.
so the old crazy man have the reason. Oh no.
And just can you remind me what did he call her?
The Lady of the Cold.
Right. Yep. So yeah, Ingrid's just gonna like hearing the thunderous footsteps. She's just gonna kind of croak out. The lady is coming.
Yep.
Oh no.
And
Jace,
that
dagger in
is-
hand.
that's going to be next week's, or not next week's episode, but the following week's episode's name, The Lady of the Cold. So, something to look forward to.
Nice.
Nice.
But we're going to call it here. I do want to make one quick announcement that next week we will not be playing because it's Easter weekend and I assume
Yep.
everybody's going to have family over, stuff like that. So we're just going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we'll pick back
Nice.
up on the following weekend.
Have a good
Nice.
weekend, everybody.
Well, you guys want to do level ups or no?
Uh,
I can-
yeah,
I can
might as
throw-
well.
I can post it in the
I was
chat.
gonna
if you want.
ask. I was gonna ask if my experience points is that much, because I don't. Okay, is that how much like 2 sessions worth or something like that?
Let me check your sheet. Hang on a sec.
Shadow,
7? No, that's
question.
fine.
Hold on just a second.
Okay.
No, I think that's fine. I think that you just didn't spend one of your level ups yet.
Yeah, I haven't
because
either.
I would like every session we add some points. Like that's the point. Like 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
did we not get anything from the 2 weeks that I was away?
No, we did.
Oh,
I don't think we did the one
That's-
for last week though.
No, we didn't. We didn't do
I
one
thought
for
I
last
posted
week because
in
we had
chat.
just began. Oh,
But-
Let
maybe you did.
If I did, if I
Okay.
didn't, then I'll check and I'll fix that. But yeah.
Yeah,
if
no worries.
that's the
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can end here. I can just put the information in chat for you guys.
Cool.
Level up.
cool.
That works.
Okay. So question, Shadow. Theoretical question.
No problem. What's up?
If we if we have the to fight with this giant, the work like I think is immortal. This guy, right? The giants are immortal.
Well, not necessarily, but you'll learn more
Okay.
about it as you go along. That's part of the mystery of playing Vaesen, is to learn about the Vaesen and the specific ways that they can be either defeated or banished or just
Bargained with.
helped or bargained. Yeah, like you learn about them. That's the whole point of the game, is to learn about them.
Mhm.
So
Okay, so another best question. How big is the giant? These giants. This is my real question.
who's the giant?
How big are they?
Oh, how big is it? Well, it depends. Every giant's different. So you're not sure about this one.
We'll find out
Okay.
in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
it's gonna be funny
yeah.
or not.
I'm trying to figure out what the
No, it'll
heck
be a great
happened
adventure. That's
to your sheet there,
Yeah.
Avery. Something
that's what
happened.
this is about.
Yeah, so you guys, all right, so do you want me to put the level up stuff in the chat then?
Yes.
If it's not too much trouble, yes.
Nope, it's
we
not.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, give me just a
this
few
is
minutes.
a good one. Lots of creepy horror vibes here. I love it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Lots of uncomfortable
level up.
situations. So
See, okay, so let me ask the question here, because obviously I'm not a very big horror fan, but like I like the investigation just because like in horror films, right? The people that are in these films are kind of dumb in the fact that they just enter
Oh, yeah.
willy-nilly like things that they're not supposed to.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I forgot my train of thought. Oops.
So the guys that
Horror
you came
films,
across,
dumb people.
yeah, they were just on a rescue mission and they ended up
Okay.
there. So that was them, but well,
We were hired specifically because things were terrible here. So
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like the
So-
special
Definitely
force
this is
team that comes in,
rescue
like
mission.
SEAL Team 6, and you know does your
Yeah.
thing. But
we're the special kind of stupid.
well, you know how to deal with.
Oh, when you
these
put it
things
like
at work.
that.
I mean, that's what sets you apart from other people is you have the sight, you have the ability to see these things in the
Mhm.
first place. So
Mhm.
if you don't have that, then well, there's not much you can do.
Yep, you're doubly in trouble.
Yep,
Double trouble.
Okay.
that's right.
Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, the investigation and the horror thing can be at odds because in the horror thing you're like, oh, it's like, well, you just assume it's bad and you just got to get away, but
Right.
here we have to investigate the bad thing.
Yeah,
So we kind of have
yeah.
to do the dumb thing in order. It's kind of dumb in order to like learn.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a dilemma.
I just love dilemmas so much.
For me,
Yeah,
it's easy because it's like I've got, she's a doctor, so she's just, she's got the calling to like help people, and even if it's kind of dumb,
Gets you in trouble, but
that's
that's
the
okay.
hardest. That's the hardest time to be a doctor,
Yeah, no
to help
kidding.
the people that mean you harm.
Yep, and that's like real life too. You know, it's one of those things that they have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I am super excited for the next session. It is,
Well, I'm glad everybody had a good
Yeah.
time with it.
yeah. I wanna say do mysteries. We travel in strange place and fight with horror things. I wanna be we are a darky version of a Scooby Doo.
You guys still got
That's a
ways
good
to
way to
go.
put it, actually.
Yep.
We have a dog.
We do have a dog. We are Scooby-Doo.
I can
That's
assure
right.
you that there's no monsters wearing masks or vice versa or anything like that. So you'll just have to wait and see. You guys still got a ways to go.
Yeah, except
I
the
just want to say
monster not
too.
that
Oh,
persistent.
bad. Lie.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say to Jay that I do agree. I mean, it's good to have somebody who's like the voice of caution and stuff, but sometimes you have to kind of take.
No, and I
the lead.
100% understand.
So it's like I liked it. It was a good dynamic. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I
But-
like the back and forth you guys have because it's gonna pose a lot of tense situations. Certainly, like when you guys first had to decide what to do with Amanda, like whether to bring her to the castle right away or bring her to the hospital, and you guys had to have that compromise. So a lot of situations.
Yeah.
It's good to have different points of view and
Yep.
hash it out and try and come up with maybe not the best, but at least something that's workable. So
Mhm.
enjoy it.
All right. Well, I suppose we can call it here, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Good game, everybody. I'll talk to you guys. I'll let everybody know once I put the
Perfect.
Sorry for being
experience up,
late.
and I'll put a write up in there as well for you guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Hope
Sounds
everything is
good.
okay, Doc.
Thank you.
Shadow, if you have a couple minutes, I did want to
Sure.
chat with you about something.